Hello, everybody, and I want to thank you for joining me for this short video entitled "Can Homeopathy Really Help Crohn's and Ulcerative Colitis?" Now, these inflammatory bowel diseases are increasingly common these days. They are autoimmune diseases, which means the body is basically attacking itself. It's a little bit close to my heart because my mother suffers from Crohn's. Now, she developed it back in the 1950s when, of course, the options for treatment were much more limited than now. So it was basically surgery, and they had to take out, obviously, a piece of her bowel that left her with chronic diarrhea. And, she's had to just bear that for most of her life. So, if there was some way to help these rather unpleasant diseases in a more natural way that actually gets the body to put itself in order and to without side effects, then obviously that would be very desirable. So the answer to the question, can homeopathy really help Crohn's and ulcerative colitis, is yes, most definitely yes. But of course, like most things, it's never quite as simple as yes or no. So we're going to just have a look at it very, very briefly, and then there's a sort of more in-depth video which you can tap into by following the link in the text below. So first of all, the conventional options uh, for Crohn's and ulcerative colitis are can be quite effective in the short term, can be quite effective in this kind of way of like a plaster over a wound. It doesn't cure, but it can ease the symptoms. Now, apart from surgery, which is still a possibility, there are a number of drugs that are used. Firstly, there are anti-inflammatories. And there's also steroids. And then finally, there's biologics, and this is the most recent addition to the medic's toolbox. Biologics are quite powerful. They do really kind of suppress the symptoms of these diseases, but to the extent that it makes it, if you're on biologics, it makes it very difficult to treat homeopathically because the signs of the disease have been suppressed completely. The less we have to suppress the body, the better in the long term. So homeopathy focuses on the underlying cause. It's an autoimmune disorder, and so the effect of homeopathy and the aim of homeopathy is to treat that tendency of the body to attack its own cells. And I just want to give you a sort of an idea of two cases that I've had to show what can be done. One is a Crohn's disease. Now, this guy came to me as I think he's in his 50s. He's been suffering from Crohn's disease for a long time. Basically, is completely limiting his life. He can hardly go out. He has to be close to the loo. Can't go out very, very much. He basically his whole life is about limiting the food he can eat. Can't eat fruit. He can't eat meat. He can't eat a whole lot of different foods, and it makes it quite restrictive on his lifestyle. And with him, it was like there were layers that had to be treated because there was some emotional baggage that he was carrying that was causing a lot of stress that was affecting the bowels. So a number of remedies were given, but at the end of that treatment, he was able to eat anything he wanted. I mean, it was absolutely remarkable. He was able to eat the kind of things that would have put him in bed for a week. He was able to eat with very little or no problem whatsoever. So, and also the great thing about homeopathy is that it goes beyond just the physicals. It helped him emotionally. It helped him deal with all that baggage that he was carrying. So it is a holistic form of medicine that can really help on a deep level. So that was him. And then the second case I wanted to mention was a woman with ulcerative colitis. She was a teacher, or is a teacher. She also had joint problems. So the autoimmune disease wasn't just affecting her gut, but it was affecting her joints as well. And she also had some quite interesting stress aspects to do with her father. It was a bit of a dysfunctional family in the sense that her father was, I think, alcoholic and didn't treat her very well. She was very, very wanting to help people all the time. She was a teacher where there was a lot of stress. So there was some elements of stress there as well. And I ended up treating the whole picture of both the autoimmune disorder and the stress that goes with it. And she also was able to lead a normal life. She was able to eat what she wanted, and the whole picture of symptoms of diarrhea and bleeding and etc. just disappeared. It was quite remarkable. It wasn't I'm sort of shortening the process, because sometimes there are ups and downs, and then you sort of deal with it. There's, like, as I said, layers of an onion, but in the end we dealt with it over a period of just a few months actually, and she did really, really well. So there's, in a nutshell, that's a couple of cases just to illustrate what can be done. If you want to know more and want to look at it in more detail, follow the link below and you'll be taken to a more extended video where I talk more about Crohn's, ulcerative colitis and those cases. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon.